Welcome to Oklahoma High School Girls Basketball Between the Lines with Coach V and myself, Tony Johnson. What's up, Coach?
Not much. How you doing?
I can't complain. It's another Wednesday night and we get to talk ladies basketball.
Nice.
Well, Coach, you know what time it is, man. Practice started, so I have to ask you first before we get on to our special guest that we'll have tonight. How was practice?
We talking October 1st? We talking about practice?
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 Practice!
Man, I couldn't wait. October 1st.
It's kind of like Christmas. Huh?
It is. It's like Christmas.
So tell me a little bit about it, though, man, because I'm excited. You know, middle schoolers started practice, high school started practice. The Thunder had their media day, man. Basketball is right around the corner. You could not be more excited because you got basketball going on, you got the Fall Classic going on, you got college football going on, and you got the NFL. But you know what I like?
What you like?
Ladies basketball.
There you go.
So how's it going, though? How's practice been the first 2 days?
Practice was good. We spent the 30th. We went out and got sponsored. Went bowling. Took girls out a little bit.
That's cool.
And went bowling and went and had a little dinner and got hooked up on the first, and we went good. We had good practice.
That's big time, man. You know, when you can get all the girls together, man, and, you know, I've been watching all the little videos that the team's been doing, man. I think Deer Creek had a pretty cool video. They took the shoes and threw it down. They took the jersey and threw it down, and boom, next thing you know, they was in practice clothes. So that's pretty cool. The young lady out of Broken Arrow, she had one, man. She kind of gets to the hole, she slides, and she's like, it's time to practice. So cool stuff going on with some of these high school teams, man. These ladies are getting, you know, geared up for everybody to try to play for that gold ball, and that's what it's all about, Coach.
That's what it's about. Get to the big house.
Well, Coach, you know, we got a special guest on today. There's a couple things that, you know, we miss because, you know, we get so excited and we jump around. It's probably, folks, I have to say it's my fault because Coach has everything lined out, and here I jump around. I'm kind of like House of Pain, jump around. But, you know, like last week, you know, we was going to talk about, you know, recruiting. You know, what does it take for a young female to get recruited these days?
You know, you have to put yourself out there. I mean, the idea of them coming to find you is, you know, it happens, but you got to put yourself out there. You know, get on social media, put your highlights on there. Twitter or X is the main one, and make sure you have your information. Send highlight tapes, email, direct mail. But you really got to sell yourself, and that's what you have to do now, is sell yourself as a player that can fit into a program.
Well, Coach, you know, that's big time because, you know, the most important thing, you know, everyone thinks their baby's a D1 prospect or, you know, a big-time college prospect. But, you know, you got to do the right things. You got to get in the right camps, and you got to get right and get in front of the right person for people to know who you are. I mean, Twitter does help a lot, so people can come look at your Twitter page, and you kind of talked about that last week. But, you know, you got to do the right things and get in front of these coaches and get to the right camps. You know, if you get invited to these camps, take the opportunity to go. And, you know, don't just go to a camp that's a moneymaker, but go to a camp that's gonna show your skills and things that you can do.
You know, I think the thing that you need to do is actually go see a practice, and then look at the program. You can look online. You can see what kind of program they run. You know, do they play small, big, up tempo, you know, slow it down. And, you know, if you're coming out of a up tempo program, then it may fit if that's an up tempo team.
No, I mean, that's big time because, like I said, you know, a lot of these kids, they get to school, then, you know, I think you should always look at a team's roster. You know, if they got guards at 6'1", 6'2", I don't think you should be trying to send a 5'6" guard to a school.
Well, yeah, I mean, it tells you what they like. I mean, they tell you the type of player. They like tall guards, tall point guards, around 5'9", 5'10", and, you know, if you're 5'6", you know, maybe that may not be the school for you. I've had kids had that. That was their dream school. You know, a lot of kids have never sat. I had that situation. One university was her favorite school forever, and she had a chance to go, but she was 6'2", and I think she's probably been 6'2" since she was 8 years old. And I told her, you never have sat ever before. Do you understand when you get there?
Yes.
You may sit.
Because you're going to have girls bigger than you.
You're going to have girls bigger than you. The transfer portal now is up there. And you still got good players in junior college that are working their way through. So, you know, that's something to consider. Does that university play freshmen? Do they, you know, how do they play their roster? And so you need to do some homework.
Yes, sir. And
make sure you get in the right school for your right fit. And then I have a lot of kids that go, and they don't look at the majors.
Yes, sir.
You know, you want to be say if you want to be a physical therapist. Not every school has it. They have pre-med, but they don't have the physical therapist school built in that program.
No, and that's the most important thing because, you know, a lot of these, you know, athletes go to college and they think they're going to go to the next level and play WNBA or NBA or NFL. But you got to realize, man, that's like winning a lottery ticket. A lot of times you don't get picked. So the most important thing when you use these college, use them to get your education, because at the end of the day, you have to get in the real world sometime. I don't care how good you are, how much money you make, you still got to get in the real world. And like I said, the best thing you can do is take the opportunity that these colleges give you to get a free education.
I agree. I mean, it's no student loan if you can.
No. I mean, you get out of college and you're paying for those student loans. So the most important thing I said is, get all the money you can get and get to a school that fits you. Don't go to a school that, hey, because you like their colors, because or a coach. I mean, don't get me wrong, the coach plays an important part, but you got to think these coaches leave. If the money's right, they're gonna go to the next school.
Exactly. I mean, and you can look at a guy or a coach that's been there for 5-6 years. They're probably committed. My man at Gonzaga, Mark Few.
Yes,
I mean, he's been offered plenty of times, and you can go that university, and he's not going anywhere. He's committed. He's been offered NBA, everywhere else, and he's going to stay. So, something like that would be more comfortable if you're looking at a university. Someone's going to stay at least for your 4 years.
Yeah, and like I said, Coach, I mean, the most important is do your homework and make sure you got the right fit. Coach, you did mention earlier today you talked to one of your buddies that he started practice, yesterday too, to eat it, Coach?
He must have been busy because he never got back.
He didn't get back? Well, Coach, probably because, he's probably like you. He's trying to get him ready because, scrimmage is right around the corner?
About the last week, October.
Hey, Coach, today is October the 2nd.
I know.
I got to give a shout out real quick. My granddaughter, Ivy, she turned 5, so we did a special show yesterday, just me and her, on Ivy's 7 minutes of fame. So congratulations to my baby girl. She turned 5. But, Coach, like I said, we got a special guest today, a lady that, got, I got my girl Jeannie on the block. But, we're going to have Coach, was it Carson?
Carson Mathews.
The lady, Longhorns' new head coach. She comes with Perry.
Comes from Perry.
So she got a lot of background, coaching and background. So we're going to have her on after one of our sponsors. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. High school, Between the Lines, high school girls basketball after one of these commercials. We'll be right back.
Above the Line Hoops, helping players achieve their goals through recruitment, exposure, and promotion.
Welcome back to Between the Lines, Oklahoma High School girls basketball. Here with a special guest, the new ladies Longhorn coach, Ms. Carson Mathews. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Hey, we're here. We're here on a Wednesday night. We get to talk lady high school basketball. It's nothing better than high school girls basketball. Well, Coach, we welcome you to the, Oklahoma City area. I know you come from Perry. Hope everything's been good moving to the Jones, America. They call it a God's country, so basketball country. So welcome aboard to the Jones Longhorns.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Everybody's been awesome so far.
Yes, Coach. I got a chance to go out a couple weeks ago and catch a football game. I think I went and watched them play Bethany. There's a couple young men that I got to coach in Little League football, so I know a little bit about the program. So, the coach that was there before, Ms. Holbrook, I had a chance to go to high school with her, middle school with her. So, got a chance to follow Jones. But, Coach, we're going to talk about you now, though. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. So, I am born and raised in Edmond.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went to OSU just as a regular student and kind of missed my basketball fix. And so my sophomore year, one of my high school coaches reached out and said, hey, would you like to run our 7th and 8th grade Stillwater basketball program? And I was thinking, well, I'm 19. I'm not sure I can handle that and be a full-time student. I said, sure, why not? And then I've kind of been doing it ever since I've been 19, and then I didn't graduate with a teaching degree, so I kind of went the alternative route. And
been there, done that.
Yeah, so I spent a couple seasons in Stillwater, and then I went two more with Brent Hodges. I spent a couple years there, had a really, really good group of kids. Probably our most notable would be Aaliyah Moore, who's at Texas right now.
Okay.
Yeah. She's fun to follow. And then I went over to Perry the last 2 years, and now I found my way over to Jones.
So, Coach, you talk about Perry because, Perry's a wrestling school, so you
It
throw
is.
some basketball in there. So, I mean, what was it like, the atmosphere at Perry? Because I've been to a Perry wrestling tournament, but never a Perry basketball game. So, what's it like? Because I know that small town, they can get fired up.
Oh, they can. It is a big wrestling town, but they've had some success with girls basketball in the last couple of years before I got there. So they were pretty supportive of what we were doing and showing up. And I mean, there's truly nothing better than a small town that has basically only one thing to do on a Friday night, and it's get to the gym. And it was pretty awesome, especially for me coming from a large school and only playing and coaching 6A.
Have you been in
It was
that gym?
pretty eye-opening.
The new one?
No, I haven't been in the new.
Now, how old was that gym that we played in districts there, regionals?
The new gym, oh man, the new gym's got to be. This would be its 4th year. This season will be its 4th
That's what I
season.
thought. It's a nice gym. It's really nice.
It's awesome.
I'm about to get down to it and come catch. Well, we don't need to catch a game because we got you here right down the street, so I come catch
Yeah.
you. And I tell you right now, Jones does a good job, man. You know, packing the gym out. Everybody in there wearing green and white, so it's pretty cool, man. It's loud. I mean, I tell you that Jones and Dale game and that Jones and Bethel game, man. I mean, it can't get no better than that. It makes you want to get on the court and want to go shoot.
Oh, it
shoot
does.
a basket.
Yeah, that student body there
I'm excited.
That student body there gets pretty fired up. I had them sit behind me a couple of times. I tell you what, they get fired up.
Yeah.
Right on top of
I'm
you too.
excited.
Coach, you got any questions
So how's your first 2 practices, Coach?
Good. We only got about 12 kids out there right now. We're kind of still waiting on a couple stragglers coming out of cross country and softball, but really, really good. Kids work really, really hard. I think they're excited to kind of get started. It's always that anticipation, August and September, just kind of waiting for October 1st. And
Gotcha.
So it's kind of that nervous energy, and then you kind of get on the floor, and then we get going, and it's been really good.
I saw one of your guards this summer playing in Frisco. A young lady, if you remember her name. I just know the numbers because she scored a lot of points.
Yes.
I just remember the number.
Yeah, Charisma Johnson, yes.
Yeah, you gotta watch her play this year, Coach. I mean, she's really nice. Saw her this summer, and you have a little bitty. I won't say little, but you have a small guard that's just fast as can get out.
Yes. Yeah.
I got a chance to play against her this summer, man. You know, they had kind of put a couple teams together, and so we played up, and so we got a chance to play against a little small guard. I remember when she was just a freshman. She's a senior now.
She is.
Yeah, we used to go to. Are you talking about a quick? You know, I'll tell you one thing that she got better at is, you know, her shooting and getting to the bucket. You know, she really didn't have a strong right hand, but the last few years you can tell she's worked on getting that ball in the left hand. So that's big time, you know, when a player can, you know, work on their weakness, because, you know, a lot of kids don't think they have weakness, and everyone has weakness. So when you can work on your weakness parts of your game and make it stronger, that's big time. But Coach, I mean, like I said, you guys got a great atmosphere of, you know, high school basketball. You know, you follow a legend, but, you know, I mean, sometimes it happens, but you know what, you know, I know you're going to put your little sugar to the tank and let it get going. So, you know, what's some of the things that you're looking forward, you know, doing this year with the Jones girls?
So yes, I did come after a legend, and I still talk to Jenny and Figure Brain sometimes. But she's been really excited for me, and I actually still coach Gentry. Gentry's on our team this year, and she's great too. And I'm just excited. We got a good core group returning, and then we've added a couple move-ins, and I've got a couple freshmen I'm pretty excited about, and hoping to play fast, get out in high ball pressure, and try to get some deflections and steals, and really just play out of transition. And then I'm also trying to really get into our youth. We actually had a little skills night yesterday with 3rd through 6th, and
nice.
We got a lot of talent there, and just in basketball and keep it a basketball town.
You know, Coach, I love that you say that you get out there. I know Coach V's the same way. You know, I think all high school coaches, if you listen to me, I'm keeping it real. I think all high school coaches that has a program, and that's where it starts. It starts in your grade schools and your middle school, because those are the ones that you're going to be coaching here in the future. So I think all coaches should get out there and see what they got coming up, because then you can say, hey, I got this coming up. I might stay another few more years. You know, I might not retire.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, it keeps you looking forward. That's what it does.
That's it.
Now, if it's not very good,
Keeps me on my toes, I'll tell you that. I don't know why I plan to do that the same night as the first day of season. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that again, but it made for a long day yesterday. I had like 30,000 steps on my watch by the end of the day.
That's good. That's big, though, you know. I know the girl's excited. I know Gentry's probably excited. You know, she's probably like, man, I ain't got to listen to my mom now.
She says that all the time.
You know, I got to know Gentry. You know, like I said, I've known Jenny for a while. But, you know, it's good that, that you're bringing, what you've coached. And it's not like you just at Perry. You was at some big-time programs, and you done some big-time things, especially coaching 6A. So do you think there's a big difference between 6A and 2A?
I do. I think big school. I think across the board, I think kids are bigger, faster, stronger. I don't necessarily think talent, I mean, there is some talent differential, but I think just in general, kids are bigger, faster, stronger in 6A. But in terms of like IQ and really getting the game, I've found that I think I have more kids at this smaller school level because a lot of them, you get them really young and really early, and you kind of get them adopted into your system, and they're kind of ready to go. Whereas at a big school, I think you kind of get lost. You get lost in the numbers sometimes, and I think it's tough. You got to kind of reset them by freshman year, kind of what you want.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's, like you said, that's the key. I know for myself, it's nice to have freshmen that already know the drills, already know the terminology, your terminology. And I've been at a 5A, before at Shawnee, and I had freshmen coming in that I had seen because I went and watched them.
Yes, sir.
But as far as actually having my hands on them and coaching them, I just couldn't do it because they were at a whole different campus. And nothing against those people that are coaching those kids, but they weren't with me. So, they don't know. And who's your assistant? Who did you get to hire for your assistant, coach?
I have a couple. So I brought Micaiah McDonald over. She had been at Roland. She graduated, was an all-stater basketball, softball at Roland, and then she went on to play a little bit of college basketball and then kind of returned there and coached. And she was willing to make the move over 2 hours to the city, and she's living in Jones right by the gym, and she's been great. She's teaching with me as well. And then I've got Don Murphy. He's coming from Shawnee. He had been doing the boys. He's never done girls.
Okay.
But he's a girl dad, so he's pretty excited. And he just told me today, he said, I don't think I'll ever do boys again. I think now that I've done girls, I won't go back.
Been there.
Yeah.
Coach, I think you said the same thing. I think you said the same thing. I think there's a big attitude difference between the ladies, I mean, boys,
Huge.
they think, boys, they get them big heads and they think they know everything. So my mom used to tell me that all the time. So I'm going to have to agree with you. I think boys got their hard heads. And, one thing about girls, sometimes they can get emotional, though.
They can't get emotional, but they'll do anything for you.
Yes, ma'am.
They will.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's huge. You got two, that's the key also in the small schools, to have somebody that played and knows basketball to be your assistant and deal with the junior high.
Yes.
So you've got two good people in place to help your junior high, and then to go with yourself. So from top to bottom, I think do y'all have sixth grade or seventh?
We have seventh. I'm working on getting sixth in there. That's the goal. But I'm the newbie here, so I can't quite come in and change too much yet.
After you win that first gold ball, Coach, you can do what you want.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Coach, let's talk about some of your transfers. Like I said, I know Jones lost a lot the last few years. Last year they go out and they lose a big time post player. Then I think they had what's her? She came from Edmond, Santa Fe.
Yeah, Kasia. So Kasia's actually helping us with our middle school and a little bit of high school this year. She wanted to be around basketball a little bit, so she came back and she's kind of helping us out a little bit.
Good.
So So what's some of the transfers you got that came in this year?
We got a really big one coming from Edmond, Santa Fe. We got Lydia Hall.
Yes.
Really, really high IQ kid. Gym rat. I mean, she's in there. I mean, she'll beat me to school some mornings to get in the gym and just shoot.
Nice.
I got to drag her out of there. Good kid. I mean, she's going to fit in great with our two returning starters that are guards. I mean, our guard play is really good this year. So we might be 4 or 5 guards. We'll see if we can get a post developed. We got a lot of size. We did get a move in from Silo. She's really raw, but over 6 foot. So we're kind of working on her so we can get her skills refined. And then
what grade is she?
Got a couple freshmen coming in. So she's a junior.
Okay, we played Silo last year, so I probably remember her then.
Yeah,
yep.
We did too. And so I went back and watched film. And was like, oh yeah, that's that kid.
Okay.
So that's
but, yeah.
When you got like I said, I know you got somebody that's big, but all she has to do is learn to put back, do a layup, and block a shot. That's all we need.
I said, keep that ball above your head. No one's getting it.
That's it. Coach, you have anything else?
No. Hey, may I ask you what tournament? I know you have your tournament. Your tournament's really always good. What are the other 2 tournaments you're going to this year, Coach?
We are headed to Wheat Capital up in Enid.
Mm-hmm, that's a good one.
And then we are new to this year. We're going to Latta.
Okay, all right.
The Latta tournament looks like it's going to be tough. Looks like all 8 teams made really, really deep runs in the playoffs last year. So I'm excited for that one.
That's a nice gym too. If you've never been in there,
I have not. I'm excited.
Ooh, that's nice. That's a really nice gym.
So, Coach, I know you know, a lot of the teams change districts. So what are some of the teams that you would face this year that's going to be in your district?
So ours didn't really change much. I mean, we've still got North Rock Creek, Mount St. Mary's, Bethel. It's kind of the same for us.
We're in a conference, Coach.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the North Canadian River Conference.
Yeah,
we're in a conference. So we didn't go districts. So in our conference, we have 4A and some 3As. We have North Rock Creek, Bethel, Tecumseh, Jones, Mount St. Mary's. I might be missing one other, us and someone else.
Yeah, I think we're missing one.
So, but yeah, we're in a conference, and we play home and wet twice, some we just play once.
So, you know, you talk about in the conference. So how do they set you up for like regionals and all that? How's that set up there?
It's all by rankings.
By rankings? So you guys just do the ranking then?
We're still by rankings, yes.
So what does Jones come in ranked at this year, Coach?
We don't know yet. I think our first rankings open, remind me, Coach Jvick, is it
I want to say
beginning of December?
Yeah, I think it's after Thanksgiving. I think December the 6th, 7th, something like that is the first rankings.
Yeah.
So
we're kind of late.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coach.
Oh, we're kind of late. Our football is pretty successful, too. We should probably be semifinals or state finals. So we're actually not starting our season until December 10th. We went ahead and just
that'd be close.
Pushed it back.
Yeah. I know your football team got a big-time game this Friday night against Millwood.
Yeah, Millwood. Their boys are all amped up.
Yeah, they're pretty pumped up, man. You know, so I'm going to miss it because I'm heading out of town, but I really like to be there because, like I said, I enjoy that Bethany game, man. You're talking about a good – hometown. I was kind of upset though, Coach, because they didn't have the bologna sandwich.
But
they had the bologna sandwich. I was kind of upset.
Yeah.
You don't like bologna? Fried bologna's the best.
I'm not a big bologna fan.
Well, Coach, I know that now, so I won't get you bologna in a gift
I
basket.
appreciate that.
But Coach, like I said, man, I'm excited about, getting to meet you, come watch a practice, man. Me and Coach V started the show just a couple weeks ago, and we just want to try to get young ladies' names out there and talk to new coaches like yourself and, get you adapted to, Oklahoma City. Like I said, I know you've been here, but now you're coming back and, and being the head coach of the Lady Longhorns, a great basketball program. And like I said, I'm excited to see what you can do with the girls. I always tease Jenny about having a green jacket. Coach, I got to ask you, are you going to get a white jacket?
No, I've already got one.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm ready to go.
You got to send me a picture of that, Coach, so I can put it on Twitter. I can put it on the page.
I got two of them. I've got two of them.
I love it, Coach. I love it. See, she's already ready.
I'm ready.
That's it. Hey, you got to say, when they say, you ain't got to get ready, stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
But, Coach, man, like I said, I'm excited for you, you and the ladies this year, and I know I'll be at a couple games, man, and just to come and see I love Jones girls basketball, man. My daughter has been to the camp. I was excited. Not excited, but I was sad that we didn't get to do the camp this year. I mean, it's her.
I know.
But we'll come over anytime you got open gym. We'll come over and get some work in. And like I said, I'm excited about what you're gonna do, man. Like I said, it's good. Like you said, you still speak out to Jenny. I know Jenny was a great coach, but I think you're gonna do great things for the Lady Longhorns too.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on, man. You're our first coach, man.
First coach.
Yes, you broke the ice, so yeah, everybody.
I like it.
Everybody's gonna get to see your beautiful face tomorrow when we drop the show. So, but Coach, like I said, tell everybody about Between the Lines, Oklahoma High School girls basketball. Like I said, we're just trying to get everybody to subscribe and follow Coach V because he does a great job, man. Not only as a coach, but just trying to get girls' names out there, man. I'm telling you, he's one of the best in the business.
Yes, he does a fantastic job.
He does. So,
fantastic job.
Well, Coach, thank you. Thank you for giving your time on this Wednesday night. I know you ready to get in bed and get ready for tomorrow. So
I am.
Yeah. So we thank you. We appreciate you coming on, and we'll talk to you next time. Okay.
All right,
Coach.
Good talking to you guys. Thank you.
Bye. Good stuff. Well, folks, that's the head coach, the new Lady Longhorn. I'm about to give me a new poster, Coach. What do you think?
No, you gotta get some blue up there.
I gotta get some. Hey, Coach, you give me some blue. Hey, folks, we added a big shoe. We're making this a basketball studio, ladies basketball studio. Got the gold ball, what everybody shoot for. We got it up there. Coach. Hey, we turned this instead of a football. We got it all basketball. I love it. But Coach, like I said, it's cool. I think she's gonna do big things. You know a lot about her. So what are you thinking?
I know we lost a legend, but I've coached against Carson, and I've seen her game preparation. She's helped before on a scouting report and very detailed. She's gonna work her. She's gonna work hard. She's gonna burn that midnight oil, and she's gonna make sure that the Longhorns stay on top. Now, she does. Like I said, she does a great job. Her kids are always play hard. They play hard for her. They play. I mean, they just play, and they're tough to scout. I mean, I had to do my homework. You know,
and that's what it's all about, and that's why I try to tell people all the time. When you start getting into high school, you're gonna get scouted. They're gonna know what your weaknesses are and your strengths are. So, if a girl goes right all the time, they're gonna trap her to that right side. They're gonna make sure she, So I try to tell my young lady at a young age, like, man, you just can't go right. You got to get to the left. You got to mix it up because once these coaches start scouting and see what they're gonna do, it's easy for them to game plan for you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with Huddle and all the things you have now these days, everybody putting their games on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
I mean, they're not hard to find.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
it just takes somebody that takes the time to break it down, and before you know it, they know all your tendencies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And they know your habits, your bad and good. So,
well, Coach, I'm going to ask you, though, you've been a head coach at a good program at, Hera. I know you got, big hopes your second year there, but, how much time do you spend in the lab, like game prepping and like you said, preparing to, try to stop a big-time player? I mean, how much time are you on film and, it's a game, getting the game ready for the ladies to get them a scouting report?
I give mine a scouting report day before. I'll watch a game break. First thing when I watch a game is if it's our game, I'm watching what do we do? I mean, I got to fix us first. And so I'll look at our stuff and see what we need to work on. I've always kind of been the deal where you got to defend me, and then I'll look and see what they do. My assistant that I have this year wants to get more into breaking it down a little bit more, Coach Allen, and so she's going to have that duty this year of doing that, and she really likes watching it, and so we're going to have a good combination this year. She's really going to break it down more than I do, and I'm going to do more of the X's and O's, and she's going to do more of the personnel as far as trying to find out a weakness that they may have, runner off the line, or she takes one dribble and then pulls up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Things like that. I mean, there's things you can break down everything. I mean, you can find something, because if you are a coach and you're trying to get better on your team, you're watching yourself and you're like, okay, my kid's only taking one dribble, not going nowhere.
Yes.
So we're not going to do that. And so I watch a lot of film. I really do. I tag it. My kids, I hope they watch them, but
Yes, sir.
that's all I could do is I do my job, and I tell my kids, and I'll give them a scout report about as detailed as can be, and I try to question them.
Yes, sir.
And I quiz them, and if they don't know it, then we run.
That means they're not doing their homework, Coach.
We running, But
hey, if you ain't gonna pay attention, hey, let's get on that line.
But because we're not gonna do what we're supposed to do, then we're gonna run because we gotta get in shape. We got to make up for the lack of knowledge that we know. And but I'll look at zones, and I have about 4 offenses that we run, all motion type things. I mean, I'm pretty a positionless type guy.
You notice these days most coaches run 5 out, and they really don't play with a big. I'm old school. I like the bigs. Go down low and get everybody in foul trouble.
Well, you talking about like Kevin Durant, big 6'11", shooting 3?
Well, I guess it's changed a little. I'm talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Robert Parrish, Patrick Ewing, guys like that. When the Parrish twins were here, those young ladies didn't get outside and shoot threes. They stayed down low and banged down low, and I love that because I think you get the team in foul trouble. You want everybody to foul out, and then especially if you got bigs that can shoot free throws. Those are free points. I always tell people when you miss a free throw, I get upset because that's free money in the bank.
Oh, free throws and layups
So if they miss a layup, do you make them run?
We do push-ups.
Oh, I love it. Zoe gonna have some guns because she been missing some layups.
We do push-ups even in the line. Get out. You miss the layup, don't even get on rebound.
That's it.
Drop down and give me 5.
Well, Coach, I got to give you one big shout out though, because you and Coach Carson both said something that I really like, man, and I think all coaches should spend the time. You got to get down to your middle school. You got to get down and see what they're doing because they're your future. If you got somebody that's good, you get them in open gym. You get them in there and start learning your process of what you're doing. I mean, they might not get it all, but if they can get a little bit, it's gonna put you ahead of the game instead of having a young lady that don't know a 5 out or your motion offense or your defense. Now you got to spend all summer teaching them and getting them ready. So I really give you kudos because you got one of your assistant coaches coaching middle school, and then she's helping you. So she's teaching them what you're teaching them, and so they're learning at an early age.
Yeah, I think all coaches do it. I think at a larger school you're gonna have a tougher time because it's a different campus, different administration. I've been to 5A and went from Tuttle to Luther and now to Hera. And, I don't know if I'd go any higher because of that relationship. I mean, I have my first hour off where my middle school's practicing. I walk in there, I know their names. They know me.
Yes, sir. Yes,
they know
sir.
my coach that's coaching them she's telling them what they need to know from me.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
when I was at, Shawnee, I had that, but it was a whole different campus and different coach, and you didn't have a say on who they hired.
Yes, sir.
At a smaller school, you had that say. So I think every coach does it. I see a lot of the larger school coaches out at AAU trying to relate and trying to figure out who they are, and they know who they are.
Yeah.
They just don't get that hands-on until they're
I just say I think Coach Knight over in River City, she does a really good job getting out to all of her AU girls over the summertime. You know, even yourself, you see a lot of girls that a lot of people might not get to see, but you know their names. And then I was talking to somebody today. Actually, I was talking to Timmy Tucker.
okay.
Timmy McLeod's store manager. He got some daughters at Bethel, and we just kind of talked about. He was kind of excited about me and you doing the show, and he was like, "Man, you and Vic." I said, "Yeah, it's funny. We've been talking about this, and we finally hooked up and did it." And he was just spitting how much knowledge of basketball that you slept more off than I can even think of knowing basketball, and you're educating me on it. So I am really thrilled to sit next to you and get to learn more about ladies basketball, because I think you do a great job of, really, folks, seriously, if you sit back and go look at his Twitter and his stuff, man, and all the stuff that he does for these girls and getting their names out, and the article he just wrote about them the other day, that's big time in the state of Oklahoma, because, man, we don't have this, man. And I'm telling you, to be able to do this show, every Wednesday night and then drop it, this is big time. It really is.
I appreciate it. And like I said, I'm glad it came how it has. I love the energy you have and the passion that you have, and that's what you got to have. We have the passion. Both of us have the passion to do this, and it's what I love doing.
I don't. Big time.
I don't have a hobby. Basketball's a hobby.
Hey, this is it. This is my hobby. Anytime I can sit in the hot box, folks, it's the hot box. We can sit in here and talk high school girls basketball and drop some names and coaches. Here's this young lady just moving up back to the city, to Jones, Oklahoma, and everybody gets to listen to her talk about her team and the players that she has, and you can tell she's excited about it, and that's what you want. And it's hard following a legend like Jenny that won 3 state championship, had a chance to get to a 4th one, got beat in the semifinals, but sometimes that golden road comes to an end. But Jenny's happy what she did, and she made a mark. Not only did she win at Jones, she won at Choctaw too. So, and she's got a chance to coach some great players like Anna Lanusa, and then the young ladies that she had. Was it the Berry young lady? She's coached some great girls.
Berry.
Yeah,
was it McNeese State? Yes.
Yeah. And Zoe. She's had some great players. She had 2 young ladies, the twins that went off and played college ball. I think they
signed with ORU for the first year, and then they kind of went different, but. ORU, they were good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, she's done her job, and I know Coach Carson's going to do the same thing with Jones. She's going to keep it rolling. So, well, Coach, let's get into let's get into the District 1 6A breakdown, and give a shout-out to some of these young ladies, and hopefully they can have a successful season. And, we'll start out with Edmond Memorial.
I came my notes. See, I got my notes today.
Yes, sir. Yeah. He ready. Nah. I love it.
It's a tough district. I'm looking at the teams that are in there that's going through, and in no order, but I would say that probably Edmond Memorial and Mustang are probably the top 2.
Yes, sir.
That people will recognize.
Yes.
From the success they've always had, and the returning people they have. When you're Edmond Memorial, look at Edmond Memorial real quick. They got 2 D1s.
Yes,
and I'm talking about like
big time.
Big 12. What's Oregon in? Big 10 now? I don't know where they're at.
I don't know what they are.
Are they still in the pack? I don't know.
Oregon. The same thing with Michigan is. So we're Michigan.
Big 10.
Big 10 then, yeah.
All right. So, Janiyah Williams has had a great summer. Avery Hempstead has had another good summer. That kid that signed with Utah. Both of them are ranked high in everything they do as far as all the polls and nationwide. The couple kids I've seen is I want to say it's Anicity Hawkins.
Yes, sir.
Really quick guard. She's got offers. I've seen her like 4 or 5 offers post on Twitter or X. And then young lady Brooklyn asked, I always want to know, she played, I saw her freshman year, and she's had a couple of injuries, but she's the kid out of all this. You got to have that one kid that you got this amount of talent. You got one kid that still, you got to have.
Yes,
And
sir.
that's that young lady.
It's gonna give you everything.
Yeah, she's gonna give you everything. You know, I mean, she came back from ACL and still competes at a high level. And I think she's a kid that goes in that mix with some other kids they have at Evan Memorial.
Well, Coach, like you said, it's not in any order, but we're kind of doing our own preseason ranking. You got Mustang, with a great coach and Katie Bass. If you know the last name, her father was a great high school coach himself. But Katie, comes, with a lot of young girls coming back, but they're gonna be led by two awesome young ladies, and Mia Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cheris Haywood, they both got offers. Think about with Katie, not only Katie's going to dress nice and probably be the best dressed coach on the floor that night because she's going to come with it, but she's also going to make you play some defense. And then I tell you, she got those heels home, but she's going to click them. And when she clicks them, the girls turn around and look and be like, hey, she mean business. But, I got a chance to watch her team a couple of times, and, I really fell in love with Mia. I think she's a great ball player, man. She's real smooth. She gets to the bucket, great jump shooter. Great defense, but the thing about this team, Mustang is a team that you can't sleep on. I mean, I know you talk about, we talk about Edmond Memorial, but I tell you, I think this District 6A1 is going to be tough because you got some really, really tough teams in it. But Katie's going to be she's going to be prepared for the competition night in and night out, and she does a good job. Plus, when you need something, she can always pick up the phone and call who?
Call her dad, Hall of Famer.
That's it.
Yeah.
So good luck to them ladies this year. Like I said, she got some other great young ladies, but these two young ladies stand out because, like I said, I think Mia, she just sophomore or junior, Coach?
Sophomore, I believe.
Sophomore, so she still got 2 more years that people got to deal with her in that 6A1.
Yep. So we kind of, when I looked at this, I kind of put it as 2 teams in top that are kind of, I feel, going to be in the top 4. Mm-hmm. And then you got about 3 or 4 that are going to fight for the, and it being that top 4. And nothing against anybody, but that's just kind of.
That's our ranking, Coach.
That's how you do.
We can do this. This is our show. We can do what we want to do.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If I win national champion,
yes, sir,
and I have no losses, preseason ranking, do I come back number 1 or number 5?
Well, Coach, that's a great question because I know you're getting at on this because a lot of times a team comes back and they win a national championship and they're ranked number 4 or number 5. But I think it depends on what you got coming back. But it also starts with what you got coming up from the middle school because, a lot of teams don't play freshmen. But nowadays, like we talked about a couple shows back, you got to play these freshmen. Not they going to pack up and leave on you.
Yeah,
so I think you come in number 1 until you the champ until you get beat.
Okay, I just wonder I was going to hit you with that. Norman North has 2. They got 2 Division I players that have signed. Olivia Walker signed with Siena, and Soleil Harmon has signed with Pepperdine.
Yes,
that's a nice campus.
Open up the door. That's a big time education too, Coach.
Very, yeah. Mm-hmm. He's got some other players. He's got a really good guard, the Klaus kid, D1 soccer, OU. I mean, you haven't seen her much on the circuit because she is big time soccer.
Big time soccer, huh?
And I think a couple years ago they made state, and so they got a couple of seniors playing for their senior year, and I think that they could probably make a run with some help. They're going to have some help. Those 2 carry the load, so somebody else steps up.
Somebody can step up and help them out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, coming in at number 4 is Deer Creek. This could be the dark horse. They got a big time post player. Is it Adriana? Don't get me wrong if I mess her name up. Rovovac. Is that it? Help me out, Coach, a little bit.
I would say Ranovich.
I'm sorry, Ranovich.
I'm guessing.
She's a big time player. She can play. She can stretch the floor. She can get out and do a lot of big things. Then you're looking at helping her. It's going to be Kylie Steele, and then Nadia is that the move in?
That's the kid. That's the freshman from Heritage Hall.
Big time volleyball player too. Then you got the guard. Darian Johnson, big time, player, little guard. If you know the name, her dad played at Oklahoma State, Andre Johnson, and then her brother was a big time baseball player, played at Santa Fe. Then he went off and went and played college ball at Oklahoma State, and then finished up at K-State and got drafted by Detroit Tigers. So he might get a chance to get a ring because Detroit just knocked off the Houston Astros. So I think Deer Creek can be a sleeper though. I mean, it's one of those teams that's going to bring it night in and night out. They're young, so even if they don't make no noise this year, they can make some noise in the next few years because a lot of these girls are young.
They have a post player also that has great size. She's a softball player. Last name I will not hit me, but Lily. I think her first name is Lily, but she's about 6'1". Okay. Got a lot of experience last year, so you add her and the tall 6'2" girl who has a great upside.
I think she's district player of the year last year. So, and she was just a freshman. So that's big time.
Yeah.
So when you got that much experience coming back, now that, you look at, you started a lot of freshmen last year. Then now these girls are growing up and got a chance to play. I'm pretty sure a lot of them play AAU ball. So they got a lot of AAU ball and they got a lot of high school ball experience from last year too. Now they're sophomores, so they've grown up.
Yeah. So like I said, it just depends on how they play. They get hot. That team could get hot and surprise some people. Next I had Putnam City. Portia's done a good job there returning. Last year they were very competitive, totally different, than they had been. More aggressive, quick. They got some quick guards. You just don't know about them much. But they came to our tournament last year at Hera, and they finished runner up. I mean, they finished, I think, had a really good game with El Reno in the finals. And so if that tells you right there how, if they compete with El Reno last year, who went undefeated, that's a good program. I know the kid I've seen is, I want to say it's Alelia Combs, who's probably about 5'11", maybe. I mean, very athletic, 3'4", so she's a very athletic kid. And then there's some guards I've always seen. I'm gonna say it's how are you gonna say it? Passionate Booker.
Passionate Booker. I'm saying Booker. We know the last name is Booker. Miss Booker.
All right.
5'8" guard.
And Promise Wright Promise Wright.
She's been banged up. She plays on that the team with the Crush Queen. So now she's coming back from being off injury. She's been bitten by the injury bug the last few years. So she's coming back, and hopefully she can do some big things for Putnam City. And with all these girls moving around, they're here, they're gone. So it makes it interesting. But I hope she can get back because she's a quick little guard. She can shoot real good. So I get a chance to see her. I just saw her on Sunday at practice. She didn't do much, but she's coming back from, I think, she tore her ACL.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you know how that takes, man. You don't want to rush it back. You want to take your time. So I get a chance to watch her, this coming season, and then the upcoming summer season AAU ball.
And they have another guard, a young lady named Destiny Hunt, that's been in that system. And so, we talk about these guards here. They're quick, they're athletic, they're in their second year of understanding what she wants, and they want to put a little pride back in that program, so they work hard.
Yeah. And coming in number 6, I know Coach Roy over at UConn. I mean, he's excited about what he got. This is a team you can't sleep on, man. Got some players, a lot of senior led, but some of these girls can help you, get to the thing like Jefferson. She's a player last year with 7 for 10 from the 3-point line.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I was doing some homework on her, looked up, and one of her deals was 7 for 10 against Deer Creek last year.
Yeah. Then you got Riley LaRue is a high energy player. That can guard from 1 through 5. She can help you like there on the defense. Then you got Ashley Cox, and then Kylie is at Herberson. Folks, if I mess up your baby's name, don't get mad. But she's a 3-year starter. She's a 3-year starter. Then like I said, you got Addison is a very skilled big that can stretch the floor and get out and shoot. So it's one of these it's one of those players that, hey, you might think you got her inside, but then she comes out and shoot on you, and she's a great passer for a big. So then then you got a couple of freshmen that's coming in. Riley Williams and Miss Porter. These are 2 freshmen that's going to come in and help UConn maybe make some noise this year in District 6-1. So good luck to Coach Roy and his team this year, and hopefully they can do some big things this year.
I always like that kid that that can always walk away. Injury's hard. As a teenager, injury's hard. And I always like that kid that goes through that adversity. And I've known Miss Ashley Cox. She's friend a couple of kids that I know.
That's one with the hip.
Yeah.
So she missed it with her.
She missed her freshman and sophomore year.
That's big time coming back with her junior year now.
Yeah, and I saw her this summer. Was really the first summer she got to play. And I saw her down in Frisco play, and she had a good game. And you could tell she wasn't fully back, but it was nice to see her back on the court. I mean, doing what she loves, obviously, to go through that type of rehab as a young teenager. That shows a lot,
Coach, I got to ask you, you coach a long time, so when you have a young lady that's had injury, that's been injury prone, does that play a thing in the back of their head like, oh my God, I don't want to go hard because I'm scared? Is that something that they got to get out of mental block and get it out their head, or do you think let's just go get it?
I think it's something that's in your head. When it's ACL, for one ACL, you can get back in 9. I think the pattern is to trust your leg first, and that takes and then when that finally gets there, now it's time to take the brace off, which is about 16 months. And at 16 months, now you're back to taking off the brace. So it does in your mind, but I think it's kind of like football. Once you get out there and you get hit,
it's okay. It goes
all
away.
Right. It goes away.
Coach, we got Westmore.
You got Westmore. No, Southmore.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking Westmore.
Wrong district.
My fault. Westmore. Oh, too many more. I'm sorry. But yeah, you got sophomore. I mean, it comes in with a very young team. You know, they lost one of their best players to Dell City, Santa Bond. So, that hurts a lot when you think you got this young lady coming back. She's going to be a sophomore. It's going to help your team. Then, you know, next thing you know, she's packed her bags and took herself to Dell City over there with Coach Webb. And, a team that's really loaded that's going to, you know, when we get into 5A, man, you know, it's going to be exciting when you get into 5A because there's some tough teams. But Jennifer Douglas said, wait a minute. You're not taking my gold ball yet because hey, I still got my good point guard coming back. So Jennifer, right here, she's you know, I think me and you talked last night. Would you say they had 60 girls come out?
They had a lot come out. You know, I mean, she got it rolling over there. I mean,
hey, when you win, everybody comes to you, folks. When you win, they come. They don't leave you. They don't get in the transfer portal. They come to you. She's gonna have to make some cuts. She ain't got enough uniform. Guess who you need to call? BSN. My man Chris Crawford to take care of you. I love it.
You know, I saw Southmore this summer, and you know, they're young and they're finding their spot. When you lose your leading scorers,
yes, sir.
Someone's got to step up.
And
if you don't have a move in and you don't have anyone coming up, then you got to go find one. And I think for a while, they're going to have to try to find somebody that can score. And, you know, I mean, you got to get over 40. In that district, you got to get over 40. Yeah. Maybe to even have a chance. I mean, I'm looking at these teams.
Hey, Coach.
Kids
we got 1 through 8, but any of these teams like UConn. I mean, you look at what they got. You know, they got three or four seniors that can go. There's been 2 or 3 year starters, and now they get the opportunity. I mean, now you add a couple more pieces. You get a young lady that's been hurt that comes back. I mean, they can do some big things. You look at Deer Creek, what they got. You know, yeah, the front runner is going to be Edmond Memorial because what they got. I mean, when you got a Jalen Williams. I mean, what she can do. I mean, she's going to Oregon. That tells you what type of player she is, you know. And then you look at Mustang, you know, with Austin and with a great coach like Katie, they're going to be prepared night in and night out. And we didn't even start talking about PC North yet, and that's another district that got some big time players.
Yep.
So we'll be getting on them here in a couple weeks. But you know, you finish out with Grant. You know, Grant. I mean, you know, you just wish them the best of luck.
You know, Coach Griffin does a good job.
Yes.
You know, I have an assistant that was there for 3 years as a head coach. Well, she's a former assistant of mine, and I know the ins and outs of what they do there. And it takes more work than people think. And you don't see it on the wins and the W's, but you do see it in how you change their lives and the impact. So
that's it. That's the most important thing. You know, make them a better women and young ladies.
So all our coaches, every coach changed lives, and she's doing it and getting these kids how to work hard, buy in. You know, and it's just a tough district for U.S. Grants. I mean,
it's tough.
It's tough.
I mean, it's tough. You know, and hopefully they can get a win or two. You know, and go and that's why you got to play night. You got to go play the game. Don't mean that because at U.S. Grant that we're gonna give up. You know, don't make them your homecoming because they can upset you on your homecoming.
Yeah, I've been there. I mean,
you've been there before, huh, Coach?
Yeah, I've been there. You know, I mean, you try to schedule homecoming, you're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, why did I do this? Wrong team.
Yep.
Coach, like I said, I know another great show, man. We got a chance to talk to a great coach. Then we got a chance to talk district, and that's what we're going to be doing each week, folks. Next week, I think we're going to have a special guest. We'll find out who it's going to be, but we're going to get a chance to talk to coaches, and then we're going to go through districts. And before the season starts, we're going to try to have every team, from all the way from class 6A all the way down to probably class 2A. And, I don't know if we're going to get the A and B, and we're going to do our best to get the A and B. We might give some coaches some shout-outs. But, our biggest thing is trying to get every young lady's name out there that needs her name out there. And if you don't need your name out there, we're going to get your name out there anyway. That's what we do over here between the lines. We just talk ladies basketball.
Good.
What do you think, Coach?
I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. I was going to sneak up on you today and come watch practice, but I got caught up, man. Timmy wouldn't let me go. Timmy, I said I'm going to sneak over and get a little bit of film of Coach, and then I can put it on the board. But I get it next week. But Coach, like I said, anything else before we get out of here?
No, I'm excited. Wish all the teams well.
Yes,
I wish everybody has good practices and safe practices,
and
healthy practices. And for new coaches, good luck. I mean, you're getting in and you're getting a chance to put your hands on your kids as far as implementing your system. And it's exciting sometimes when you just get a change. Sometimes that is exciting. I mean, I spent 10 years at Luther and it was great. But I was ready for a change, and the change got me fired up again and got me excited. So sometimes the change is good.
Yep.
you know, and looking forward to going through these districts. They're tough, and I mean, I try to figure out. We talk about the parity and the transfers and everything. Every class has at least 4 teams. It seems like that can win it, and even more. But I mean, there's not like circle that team they're in. I mean, there's not.
No, you look at this board right here. You look at 681. I mean, like you said, you going 1 through 8, man, and you got 6, 7 teams that can easily win the district, whatever they have it. I don't know if it's district or whatever, but I mean, and these teams might play each other once or twice. So, and when you get them, you better get them, and you better get them at home. You don't want to lose at home, then you got to go to their house because it makes them more fired up. So it's going to be exciting, folks. Talking lady high school basketball all through the season, all through the year. Bringing young ladies on, bringing coaches on. That's what our job is talking and get more educated about the game and about them. Like I said, I got to learn something about Miss Carson tonight. She was up at Stillwater, she's up at Moore, she's at Perry, now she's at Jones. So I'm looking forward to what she can do because I think she's gonna do big things. It's kind of like you. She got that energy. She's not, hey, I know I'm following a legend, but so guess what? I'm gonna let people know, hey, I got my white jacket too. I love it, Coach.
You like it?
I love it. Well, Coach, you ready to get out of here?
I'm ready.
Well, folks, we'll catch you next week.
Oh, hang on. Let me give a shout out real quick. I'd be a bad dad if I didn't do that.
Okay, fine.
Happy birthday to my daughter tomorrow, Hannah. Hannah, officer, she's going to be, I'm not going to say her age, but it's her birthday tomorrow, so I want to wish her happy birthday. That's my favorite player of all time. Oh, yeah. That's my favorite. I watch it.
Hey, I bet you, Joey, if you brought Zoe in here, she'd be like, Dad, don't come. And I've been good, folks. I'm going to keep it real. I have not been to one of her middle school practice. I've come home and taken a nap and get up and go get her right about 5:15, whatever time practice is over. Because, I mean, it's at the time she got to do it, It's sometimes you got to let the chains off and let them go do it and let them take care and figure it out for himself. But like I said, I want to give a shout out to, Keep It 100, one of our sponsors for the show. And then, Coach, give a shout out to all the good things that you do.
Buffalo Line Hoops is really picking up, out there trying to just learn, educate, promote, and get kids out there. And any help that you need, that's what it's for. Recruiting, I've been doing it for 20 years as far as knowing what's going on and be able to help you, reach your dreams, your goal, and help educate scholarships, stacks, Pell, OLAP, things like that can make it free. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. Basketball is a way to pay for school.
That's it. But folks, like I said, we appreciate you. I know we've been getting a lot of thumbs up. Please leave us a comment. Leave us a like. Tell us what you like and what you want to see, what you want to hear. Let us know. I know we got some people giving us a lot of feedback, and I really love it because of me. Only way we can keep growing this show is by you guys helping us and telling us, And one thing, do this. Subscribe. It's free. There's no charge.
Click the button.
Click the button. It's free. You get to see us.
You're already there. Just click it.
Click it. Hey, we're bringing a great show every week, and it's free. Free. We'll see you next week on Oklahoma High School Girls Between the Lines. See ya.
See ya.